love.
Open your eyes, what can you see around? Wind of the open sky, over the siren sound. This is a dream, getting the royal scar, holding a diamond blade, throwing it far. Holding your breath still, you jump the fire. We'll just sit and wait till. Can you fly? You got it. Then try to tell me you got the wrong guy. Got the wrong. Got the wrong guy. Try to tell me you got the wrong guy.
Good evening, y'all. My name is George. This show is Don't Panic Flip, and tonight we have a new pinball machine here in the panic room, but unfortunately we won't get the chance to play it. Dice, good evening. Yeah, it's you can kind of see MetaKnightman's finger right there pointing at it. There's Grand Prix PezJohnson instantaneously dropping 100 XP to try and get us over the level 1 hump.
Yeah.
Actually, I forgot to turn off these screens.
So fast because I want to spin.
But we do have two fantastic special guests on this evening. We have PezJohnson over there on one of the mics sitting down that we'll get to hear on camera here in just a moment. And then we also have MetaKnightman on the mic as well, who came here and so graciously set up Grand Prix because I busted my back flipping tires this morning. But that Grand Prix right there, it's beautiful. It is a work of art. So on that note, because guests are way more fun than just seeing me all of the time, who wants to get up here and kick us off with the first game of Stars?
I guess I could.
You sacrifice.
I'll sacrifice myself.
Okay, cool.
Hey guys, how are you? It's good to be here.
So the other reason I wanted to do that, by the way, was so that way I could
So you
set
can
up all these screens.
Yeah, set up all these screens. Yeah. Let someone else do it.
Completely space doing.
Oh, who's that?
Hiya, Peanut, welcome.
Oh my God, I don't care.
Wolfman, good evening.
Uh-huh.
No, wait, that wasn't Wolfman. That is a different stream entirely.
Oh, it's offline.
Yeah,
How could
I
you?
never set it up.
I was
sorry.
hoping to get some.
You're gonna have your
tonight.
best game ever now.
It's
Yeah.
right. It's usually what happens every single time.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna move the stream deck just. a
if
little
you have the best game ever, but you don't record it, did it even happen?
bit. Exactly. That's what I say all the time.
Okay. Hashtag PezKnightman. Dice says, good evening, ladies, gentlemen, and of course, all other configurations of being, and welcome back to a special episode of Don't Panic Flip. We have two special Colorado friends here for a visit, and they're a smorgasbord of fun and a casserole of laughs. That's exactly how I would describe these two.
I mean, I can say that I'm probably a good casserole, size at least.
Yes.
Yeah, it makes a whole bunch of stuff just mixed in.
I like that, actually.
Yeah.
Like, as a personality, you're a casserole?
Yeah, a casserole personality, I guess.
Okay, I like it. Borg Dog, disappointed. This is not Grand Prix. So, I don't know if all of the notification came through. We have the new pin, but we're not playing the new pin because
But you can see the new pin.
you can see it in the background.
Oh, rude. That's what I'm trying to hit. Oh, that's coming back, right? That's coming back, right? Yeah, that's coming back. Oh.
All right, so Meta's at a 6x right now. Meta, are you going for points or are you going for progression?
A lot of progression. sometimes what I go for. At least when it comes to Han, I just kind of play to play. Especially when... Okay, got my Adderall. I'm happy now. I don't care about anything else now. If I get points, I get points. If I lose things, I lose things.
Yep. Pez, you're the dish, and at family reunion, you're the dish that at family reunion, everyone is asking, what makes this so good? That is from Dice.
Okay. I am not going to discount that one at all.
I like it.
Fine.
So on that note, I want to point out that one of my favorite casseroles is a vegetable casserole, of all things. And it was one of those exact moments where it was like, why is this so good? And it was my aunt who made this particular casserole. She still makes it every Christmas and Thanksgiving. And it's a vegetable casserole, but it's made with Ritz crackers instead of breading.
Okay.
And just copious amounts of butter.
No!
But that combined together, it makes, in my opinion, vegetables for the first time taste amazing.
Okay.
Dice had to downsize their latest company, including myself, so we don't work on Mondays. But, you know, I'm having fun tonight. Dice is here, so obviously you're having fun now. And we've got Star Wars here for another few weeks. I think 2 weeks. Today's the 21st.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a week and a half. I'm so excited for August and really starting to try and get things kicked off here in the Panic Room. What's going on in your world, Pez, with the exception, not even the exception, just, you know, you winning pinball machines. Like it's nothing.
I'm way ahead now. Once you get the first one, then you're like, oh, okay, cool. Now I could settle down on buying raffle tickets for a while, and then after you bought a few of them, then you're like, wow, am I spending too much on these? And then you win the second one, and then it's just like, oh no, I'm way ahead now. I can get back in the swing of things. So, no, it really, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but it was the last day of 2019 that I got the other pinball machine, so it's been about 5 years.
Okay, so 2 pinball machines, 5 years.
Yeah.
And then Borg Dog wants to know, but are you still buying tickets?
I bought tickets for the Labyrinth, and then not as often as I used to because they've priced me out of stuff. So.
Well, think of it this way: if you were in Vegas, right? Like now you're ahead.
Oh no! If the heater is on the table and you know the hard 8 is coming,
yeah,
you put more money down on the hard 8.
So you had a feeling with Looney Tunes.
Oh yeah, I was. My gambler's itch really got a hold of me on that one, and I was just like, maybe I'll take a chance on this one. And sure enough, I won, and I hadn't played Looney Tunes ever.
Okay.
And I was at the One Up Greenwood Village monthly tournament, and they had one on location. I'm like, I should probably get some time on this, since I had a choice of that or Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and so. But I went with Looney Tunes because I don't know anything about Texas Chainsaw Massacre at all.
I'm assuming you grew up with Looney Tunes, though.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, okay.
For sure.
Dice does have 1,000 Haggis pinball tickets to sell.
Oh, does he?
Higher Peanut had to order new switches. The insulator on one of the flippers is wearing through. Higher Peanut, is that in reference to either your Star Wars or do you have Looney Tunes?
We're supposed to hit the...
Also,
supposed to hit the thing.
The next time you drain...
I finally drained. Thanks for
Yeah, thanks for calling it out.
for doing that to me. It's so mean.
I am so sorry about that. Actually, you keep going. I'd be afraid if I opened the door, it'll be problematic.
Oh,
I was going to turn the volume down just a bit.
I don't think it would be problematic.
No, you
don't think so?
you do what you need to do.
We're going to do it.
Do it. Go for it. Surprised I got 1.5 on ball 1 though, so we'll take that.
All right, so we're going to put that at 10. There we go. Go for it. You're correct. It was not problematic. Now, you've already been through TIE Fighter Multi-Ball, but you need 100 TIE Fighters in order to beat the game.
That's true.
So are you going for score now at this point?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. 1.5 billion, 5%.
I don't usually have much.
75 million? That's not bad.
Yeah, I don't have much strategy when it comes to Star Wars, really, other than like getting through the first Escape from Hoth and the Escape from Tatooine, and then trying to do the just do all the multi-balls. That's what I try and do in my games. And then if I get some play shot multipliers on it, then hey, that's gravy. I'm not a fan of Star Wars. It's definitely not one of my favorite games.
Oh, are you not? Are you having trouble throwing the Looney Tunes magnet?
Oh, yeah. So I don't know if it. And I'm seeing Ben Adams says, "Good evening." Hey, Dom Hanks just gifted a tier 1 sub to Tiny Clown Car.
Nice.
That I think is definitely going to have us level up here. There we go.
Leveling up.
Dom Hanks. That might actually be 2 levels up. No, we're at 384. I think
For the
we're good.
Bleacher Fund.
Say it again.
For the Bleacher Fund.
the Bleacher Fund,
Dom
yes.
Hanks says.
The
Dom
Bleacher
Hanks.
Fund.
Thank you. In fact, we were just talking about the bleachers a little bit ago. MetaKnightman thought we were joking, but legitimately, I've
I
measured.
really thought it was a joke. Absolutely. Just.
I measured it just in case, so the bleachers may actually happen. And as far as the magnet, it's like 50%. It just drops it right down the middle, or it'll throw it.
I've got the fix for it.
Okay.
Thank God I have a ball set.
Dice says, now that we've got 3 pinball aficionados in the chat live, how many games until we give the boutique manufacturers a fail pass? Ooh, good question.
Come
I'm
on.
gonna rephrase that. With a boutique or a new manufacturer or boutique manufacturer, how many games do we give them before we make the determination or ultimately judge them as a manufacturer?
I'm not sure.
We can come up with examples if it makes it easier. Like, has Pinball Brothers done enough to justify kind of stamping a label on them as a pinball manufacturer?
You know who gets a pass on their most recent game? Barrels of Fun.
Okay.
Labyrinth is so good.
Labyrinth isn't. You say a pass, so in my mind, I'm thinking Labyrinth. You're saying Labyrinth isn't good.
I say they've set the bar for themselves pretty high.
Right.
On that one.
I would say between Barrels of Fun and JJP, I don't. A lot of people still really like Wizard of Oz. It's not my bag.
Okay. I love Pirates of the Caribbean.
Okay.
I wish I could play Guns N' Roses more. And I haven't had enough time on Elton John. I think
So good.
so. I think Jersey Jack, they established themselves pretty well out of the gate within 3 games. I think you got to have 3 games in order to say you either made it or didn't.
Okay. There we go.
Does that make
That's
sense?
the question. Yeah. So
Yeah.
you're saying 3 games.
3
At
games.
that point, do you judge it then based on all 3 games or on the success of the 3rd game? Right? Because
Yes.
Okay. Both and.
Well, probably the success of the 3rd game, because if we go back to Jersey Jack,
Okay.
right?
Lots of problems.
What do we
Wizard
hit?
of Oz.
Well, Wizard of Oz had problems out of the gate. They upgraded the light board, and they went to the lighting system 2.0. And not everything works terrifically. What's game number 2 out of Jersey Jack?
It was Dialed In or Pirates of the Caribbean, one of the two. I think it was Dialed In.
Where does Hobbit lie in there?
Oh, I forgot about Hobbit.
Yeah,
Then it's Hobbit. Yeah,
Hobbit is terrific though.
Hobbit. Okay. Here's the thing about Hobbit. I think Hobbit does an amazing job of theme integration,
Yep.
and the rule set is cool. But what is the point of the upper flipper?
To aim at other stuff?
It's
No, I get it.
there's a part of that game that I don't appreciate, but I prefer faster paced games.
Sure.
But there is definitely a place for something like that where it's slower paced, and it's even built into the not only the rule set but the theme as well. Lord of the Rings is not a fast paced action adventure where everything is happening every 2 seconds.
Sure.
Like, it's a long, slow story.
All right, what's the score? 2.2?
2.2. That's not bad.
Yeah, I'm only getting a quarter of that, I'm sure.
Pez, you want number 2?
No, but yes.
I'll take your spot, and then you can snag this one.
Sure. Get to finally chat with everybody since I've been playing and concentrating.
You played the heck out of the game there. 2.2 is a nice high bar to set.
I mean, and almost all of that really just came from ball 1. Everything after that just fell apart.
So, Higher Peanut, I agree. Guns N' Roses, fun to play.
Yeah.
If you know what you're getting yourself into. You know, there's, I think, when people step up to that game and they say, oh my gosh, why is all these multi-balls happening? There's a real purpose for all of those multi-balls leading into the main multi-ball. And the song multi-ball. And I also appreciate the fact that we're not hearing a Guns N' Roses song throughout the whole game until we get into the song. The song multi-ball is a major part of that game. It almost feels like a mini wizard mode that almost anybody can get into. And where a lot of these other music pins, you pick a song, and then sometimes you hear that song for a little bit, and then you get into these, other
Foo Fighters, Metallica, Iron Maiden.
Any of AC/DC is AC/DC I think is a great Steve Ritchie game, but I don't like how the music is executed on that. You pick a song and you hear that same song, but then if you drain, you hear the same 30 seconds of Whole Lotta Rosie. At least that's how my experience is that it's just like 30 seconds in, drain, restart the song, and I'm like, I want to hear the whole, I want to hear all these songs, but it is one of those
Spoilers.
I love it.
How's it going?
I messed up the placement of my X's.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention, sorry. I was talking about good games. No, I think Spooky took missteps out of the gate.
Okay, so they did America's Most Haunted,
Which is a terrific game, by the way.
I've never played it.
Oh my gosh, it's the callouts so much fun.
Yeah,
Okay.
the callouts are really good at that.
I didn't hear them until we had COVID and there wasn't a lot of people playing at Blizzard.
Okay, so there was America's Most Haunted, then it was Rob Zombie, number 2?
Yeah, and that one had tons of problems.
Sure.
And that was unfortunate, and that was their step back.
Right. And then what was number 3? You can't. Does TNA count? I don't think it should, because that was like contract manufacturing.
And that's where they took a step forward by executing it correctly.
Okay.
But again, you're right, because we know it was almost completely outside of them doing it.
Right.
Domino's Pizza was in there.
Oh my God, I forgot about Domino's.
Jetsons was in there, and it was just like all these things were just like missteps from them. But they were doing the boutique thing where they were like, "We're only going to sell 100 of these. We know that's our limit of doing
Which
stuff."
is really interesting.
Yeah.
When you're like, we'll be successful if we can do 100.
Yeah. But
Okay.
I don't know.
So we think if using this system of 3, JJP, I'm guessing, is pretty successful with
Yes.
Waz, Hobbit, and then I think it's Dialed In.
Yeah.
Kind of set the stage
Although-
for them as...
Dialed In took a second to get off of its feet, and I have not played many Dialed Ins. because it's hard to find, at least for me. I don't know if any of our locations have one.
It is a
Long
tough
Shot
game.
Lounge,
When am I ever at Longshot?
for their first Saturday tournaments.
Oh, darn it.
That's where I go. That's the one that I won. I won that
I
this month.
forgot about that one.
In fact.
Oh, wow. Congratulations.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Like I told you last week, I
Yeah.
won Blizzard, so I've been having some good tournament luck this month.
He has. He's been killing
Well, I mean, when you put up 2.2 bill on your first game of the night on this, that
It's only going to get worse from here.
it. Shit. Have you seen player number 2? He's killing it.
Yeah, and I did well in Georgia at Portal Pinball as well.
awesome.
I won their John Wick
Launch
party.
tournament?
Yeah, and I
Congratulations, you got the
got
plaque.
the coin and all that. So that felt really good.
I have only won one tournament
Oh,
ever. No, 2 tournaments, but the only plaque I've ever got was the Jurassic Park launch tournament.
Nice. Yeah. But the game I won the tournament on was a dolly that did not have a tilt bob and the spinner didn't spin.
Okay.
At least not
who
very
needs
well.
it?
You get like maybe 5 spins at most when you hit it cleanly. But I did. I have good news. I follow Portal Pinball on their Facebook, and Brian posted a video showing how it's got a tilt bob now.
Okay.
The spinner actually spins, so you get some decent spins out of it, which is kind of nice. So
Oh, no.
I'll take it.
So now with Jersey Jack, good.
Yeah.
Spooky, I think it's an accurate statement to say questionable.
Yeah.
Right? Like Looney Tunes and Texas Chainsaw, I think is a huge step up, but that was after that huge step back with Ultraman and
yeah, Friday the 13th or
Scooby-Doo's
whatever.
pretty good. I know.
if you're a Scooby-Doo fan, I think it's a dream theme for sure, and it's a wonderful version or implementation of that. I really struggle with any game that kind of hides the shots across the middle, which was my issue with Alice Cooper as well.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I think there were some of those same issues even with Rob Zombie, where there were shots up the middle. I haven't spent much time
I've never
on.
touched Rob Zombie,
Oh.
so I have no idea.
I don't particularly like games where I don't know where the ball is coming from.
Yeah, not just where it's coming from, where the actual shots are. Like,
Yeah.
for someone
Yes.
your height, you for certain won't be able to
No,
see
I
where
can't
any
see
of the
anything.
shots are
No.
on
Especially
Scooby Doo.
Oh my gosh. I can't see nothing.
Yeah.
I just shoot it in the general direction.
Exactly, and you kind of hope.
Yeah, Higher Peanut. Scooby's
that's great.
inconsistent. Scooby and Looney Tunes are cool. Ultraman was awful. I say it's awful, not rough, but
Price is right, right?
By the way, Fat Cobra, welcome.
welcome, sir.
Oh, that's good.
Finally. Got the nice easy shot, and you keep hitting the hard shot.
Well, I had to get that stupid orbit, and I couldn't figure
Yeah,
that
that orbit,
out.
you should be able to backhand.
I
it.
did. I finally backhanded it.
Well, there you go. There you got it.
Okay, you know.
I couldn't backhand the right ramp, so, you know, and you did that too, so better than I did.
Nope, I didn't move that right.
Whoa!
Okay.
Nice.
I didn't even hit the hurry up.
You got a multi-ball in a multi-ball.
That's cool.
Oh, it's still going.
I have to move my head.
What's that?
On the TV, it's all horizontal now.
Oh, don't worry about it. That's not what's actually going out.
Oh, I figured. For me, I want to watch.
Hey, Ball, you want to shoot? You want to shoot, Ball?
No, you
Come on
can't,
out.
Don't forget to lock your.
Yeah, I know.
There you go.
I got it, Yoda, thanks.
Forget not your shot multiplier button.
Oh my gosh. You know how we were talking about the weird playfield stuff on stream the other night where I'm like, it feels like the playfield's not consistently sitting at 60 FPS?
Oh yeah.
There was a checkbox that wasn't checked on the playfield camera that said use hardware decoding. It forced it to use hardware decoding. So it wasn't using the video card.
Oh.
That's
You just
frustrating.
needed that light, Death Star shot.
Yeah,
for
I know.
Victory.
By the way, Ghost Flipper saying, wait a minute, you're not DPF. So that's news to Pez. This is PezJohnson. I'm going to go ahead and shout out Pez here really quick because we need to do that.
Oh, it's my favorite mode is lit. Yes.
Oh, yeah. See, that's why I couldn't get to Battle Above Endor, because I got stuck in Lightsaber Duel. I should have just timed it out instead of trying to go for it like a silly
Yeah, but you know, sometimes
was
it'll be worth tons of points and
person.
stuff like that.
The Street Fighter 6 Evo.
So make sure with that shout out there, click the name, click the follow button. Pez is amazing.
Always
and
something.
Probably the coolest pinball player in Colorado. Sorry, no offense to all the other Colorado people, but Pez is pretty damn awesome.
Yeah, I'll take it. I mean, he's been here a lot longer.
I mean,
than
don't talk it down, George. Just
Keep it going, right? Yeah. What am I hearing right now?
What am I hearing?
sounds like one of my clips. What the? Get that?
Oh.
Watching the Street Fighter 6 Evo Championships.
I had Pez on in the background. That's I didn't realize we had somebody else on and we weren't muted. That's crazy.
It's alright. Death Star Champion goes to Pez.
Usually I put DAV on.
Okay, Ghost Flipper was aware that this was Pez.
Nice job.
I said Pez, I meant
2.2.
Hey!
That's
Wait
not-
a second.
That's not bad for 25 million ball one.
That's not bad at all.
Yeah. That was well done.
All right, well now this is going to be embarrassing if I don't get at least 2.2.
You'll be fine.
You're running you're running R2. R2 strat, so you're fine.
Yeah, I'm a R2 main. That's about it.
I just do Han just because getting into some of the multi-balls are easier.
Well, I mean, I don't know. You do the Death Star, you do the Endor one pretty quick on R2. I just like having the multipliers wider, longer, and
Yeah. That's
as long as you can manage that. Then
All right. What are we getting into here? Light the Death Star missions. Okay, we can do Death Star and Tatooine.
and it just lit
Whoa, we can't do it right now though? That sucks.
oh, that's interesting.
And it lit mystery again for you.
Wait, do you have it on tournament mode?
What do I have it?
Do you have it on tournament mode?
Extra
I don't
balls
think
on.
so.
Oh, that's true. Well, no, you could have it on tournament mode or competition play and still have extra balls on because that's two different settings. But
Everything is lit.
Everything is lit. Boom.
All you need to
Oh,
do
no.
is hit Mr. Hyperspace.
yeah, so it'll let you split. So they're like competition mode or something like that will like only let you do one mission at a time.
Can
And so-
someone explain why we have weird colors on the LCD?
Oh, yeah, we're tripping balls. When you come up north in Colorado, you kind of you join the party, guys. I'm a native of Colorado, and so ever since we legalized weed, everybody says, "Well, it's just everybody's high there in Colorado, aren't there?" No, Dave Johnson has not had any hallucinogenics like that ever, and I'm not one of those people. But anyway, no, we've George has said that it is an HDMI cord issue between the capture card and the game. So,
the game, yeah.
and the HDMI cord is here and ready to be installed. It just has not yet, and it will be as soon as somebody's back feels better.
Someone decided to break their back today.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just like they break everything.
I do break everything.
How about those playfield glasses?
Hey!
Hey, ta-da!
Quit flipping all those tires.
There you go.
Yeah.
Wait, how did Ghost Flipper? Did one of you guys talk about the tires just now?
I said nothing about the
I
tires.
said nothing about tires.
Yeah. Okay. How did he know about the tires? Go to bed, Ghost Flipper. I really did. I flipped a tire today. It was third set, 12th rep, and I got distracted for a second, and I wasn't thinking about good form, and then spent the rest of the day on the couch whining about how bad my back hurt.
Oh, he said it in Mondo's stream. Oh, he gave himself away.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's it.
Well,
Oh, there he goes.
you know, I avoid those type of things by not exercising.
By now, what?
Not exercising.
Yeah.
Great idea.
Yeah, the most exercise I've done was lifting Grand Prix in the back so we could put the legs on it.
I like it.
Mission accomplished.
Mission accomplished. There's that. Solid start.
Yeah,
Wow.
I like how
Get your force targets.
Yep. I'm going force targets.
I
I
like
just have to
how
remind George about this every single time during stream, so I just feel like it's my duty, even especially in on here.
I really enjoy the fact that Luke Skywalker is red 5, but he's a very nice pale shade of blue
Yeah.
on our capture right now. Good stuff.
Oh man, it's the Death Star ready. Oh man. Stay on target. Stay on target.
Yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Don't forget to lock in your shot multiplier, George.
No, he's moving things.
That's right.
Now move it back, George.
No!
Yeah.
Oh no. At least you got the extra ball.
I did get the extra ball.
That's
Yeah.
important. It's the most important, really.
6x going into that video mode. This should be fun.
Could be worse.
It had like a 10x or 12x. something like that.
Remember, 6x is 6 times greater than 1, so.
That's right. I actually had a perfect video mode last time I did it. When I just did it. So
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, this is like driving on I-25.
this is. It really is. It's, ooh. It's a time.
Does George use hyperdrive?
Does he? I don't know. I haven't.
Let's. Can't use green, so we got to go blue, orange. There we go.
At least that one's easy. Just like Death Star now.
Okay.
Good save.
All right, I need the right orbit.
It's a hard one.
It really is.
Well, how I've gotten it was I just keep hitting the, keep trying to aim for the ramp with my left flipper, and I somehow just keep hitting it. Oh, no,
There,
no.
I'll hit it twice.
Yeah.
Just to hammer it home.
The right loop.
There you go.
Darn you, stupid game. But whatever, we completed those two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
We're making progress, despite the fact that it's not showing up in score yet. We're making
Yeah,
progress.
Yeah, we're getting it. All your points are going to come from lightsaber duel at 40x anyway. So
Yeah, exactly.
It'll be fine.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience. 5% score,
I'd say
3x shot multipliers. We're on ball 2. We're at 30. Okay, so we need mode.
Video mode.
We're gonna go here. Let's escape from Tatooine. Let's grab a few TIE fighters, right?
Yeah. only had 30.
Gotta get my force targets.
Right.
Yep. Just keep on hitting the button. Use that ball save. Use it or lose it.
I'm using it.
I mean, technically you lose it anyway, but
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
well, actually, yeah. And if you use it, you lose it. So I mean,
40x on our shot multipliers. Only we can hit that right orbit.
Okay. Where's my shot multiplier there?
yep. Keep it going. Hit the bank. Hit the bank. Oh no, the bank is gone.
Nah, it's
Oh,
gone.
it's okay.
It's gone. It's
You actually do have like a decent grace period. On
Yeah,
this.
usually you do. Move those multipliers. Move those multipliers. Loop and ramp. Loop and ramp.
Oh,
that was
stupid.
rude. Oh, lightsaber duel now.
I had escape lit. That was
Yeah, that was
How
unnecessary.
how's your back after that one?
surprisingly okay.
Okay, must
Yeah.
be the tequila.
It's exactly. It's the tequila at this point. I'm gonna take that Jedi training there.
There goes Padawan.
Okay.
We may, grant you title of Pinball Wizard, but we do not give you Master. Or however the line is actually supposed to be.
Sure. No, I mean I understood what you were.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That was, I think, game at a little over $1 bill. Is that right? Yeah.
Solid.
1-3.
Not bad.
Solid.
Solid. Yeah.
Solid
It was
score.
okay. It
I
was
feel
No,
like
sol-
anytime
solid.
You get over $1 billion, you do well.
yeah.
That's my.
All right, that is you, sir.
All right.
Do you need the chair? Or do you want that chair?
No.
Okay.
You got it.
Okay.
All right. I
This
guess
is
I'm back
actually
now.
the command center. This is where we can switch off and be like, let's really just focus on MetaKnightman for a second.
Oh, you can focus on that Grand Prix in the back?
Yeah, look at that beautiful Grand Prix back there. Look at that.
Oh, seeing that
is
focus.
just
There you go.
Fantastic. I'm like, that's weird. I feel like I hear someone touching the Grand Prix behind me. Oh wow, I'm not watching television. I'm here, and that's happening right now.
That's right. I am gonna miss my my Grand Prix, but it's still nice.
I still appreciate you letting me work on it because
I appreciate you.
it was a
working
lot of
on
fun
it,
to work on
'cause
it.
There's a lot of appreciation going all around because I appreciate you both for not only bringing it over here today, Pez for working on it, Meta for even offering it up as something that I could pull into the panic room for competitive gameplay, but also because, once again, I couldn't be a part of any of setting it up today whatsoever.
You held the bolts.
I did. I was there for the bolts.
Yeah.
And actually, I could have done a better job.
No, you did fine.
George, you have one job here. One job.
Nope.
So who haven't we? Oh, we've got Dutch Pinball and Pinball Brothers. Pinball Brothers has done Alien and is it Queen?
Yeah, I've never touched Queen,
Okay.
so
You are not missing anything.
Okay.
Let's not. It would be awful, I feel like, to judge Pinball Brothers on that.
yeah. Give them a third game. If they can get to a third game,
Oh, come on.
then that would be good.
Ooh, interesting. What about American Pinball? Houdini, I thought was kind of a cool game.
I think it's cool. It unfortunately for me, I feel that they made a game completely in CAD, built that game, and didn't roll a single ball on that game until they made the game. Which
there was no whitewood.
Those shots are extremely tight and almost unenjoyable, but there are still some really cool modes. And I also enjoyed their milk bottle launching thing into the trunk in the back.
Cool.
Yeah, it was very cool.
Yeah. ABBA is Pinball Brothers' third game.
Okay,
Oh, my
good.
goodness.
Okay, well then, let's see how ABBA is.
see
I
how
haven't seen.
ABBA does?
Yeah,
Let's see.
yeah,
Okay.
for sure. But American Pinball goes Houdini. Okay. Second game, Oktoberfest.
Oh my goodness.
Oktoberfest, I think, has. I didn't mind playing it, but
Sorry, wait, right there. You described the game. It would given the opportunity. How would you describe Oktoberfest? And your first response was, "I didn't mind playing the game."
I didn't mind playing it.
Okay, that I think says a lot right there. If that's the best you could come up with, please continue.
Yes.
That was number 2. Number 3 was
Hot Wheels, fantastic.
Hot Wheels was great.
Yes.
Yeah, I liked Hot Wheels a lot.
So then they get to game number 3, and if we would judge them, terrific, really great, great company.
Oh, this is
Way to
all
go. Legends of Valhalla.
It was in the same way that we can't use TNA
Right.
to be positive
Right.
for Spooky, we can't use that negatively against them.
Right.
And I did talk
But
to...
I do.
Oh.
But I don't say I think it's actually a pretty good game. It also has its own coding problems,
Yes.
but you can kind of compensate around that.
Who was the QA guy, the software tester, who was at American Pinball, who ended up going over to Stern? Michael, I can't think of his name.
I don't know.
I talked to him when he was in his last days as we got a tour of American Pinball.
Okay.
And he leveled with me. And he described Legends of Valhalla as the worst spaghetti code he had ever seen in a video game of all time. And the fact, like, as they were testing things, anytime they fixed something, it broke 10 other things in the game.
Okay.
So I kind of want to give them a pass.
Okay.
But that also means then that Galactic Tank Force would be their game 4 to follow up the positive result of Hot Wheels, and then finally Barrios would be their number 5.
So what do you think about Galactic Tank Force?
I love the theme. I
Okay.
love everything about the game except playing it.
Sure.
That's how I would describe it.
Sure. It seems like it would be a lot of fun. But anytime that I want to play it, I usually don't understand what I'm doing. And a lot of times, the only place that I've seen it is the one up Greenwood, the 3-up.
Right.
And it's usually not in the tournament.
Definitely not in the tournament.
And it's usually adjacent to a game that's in the tournament. So if I get knocked out of the tournament, I don't feel comfortable playing a game that's in the tournament. That's how Scooby-Doo is there. Is that I would like to play a game on Scooby-Doo, but they usually don't put it in the tournament. And then I usually can't, or sometimes it gets turned off because something came up on it.
Right.
Not great. Not great for either one of those companies. Barrios, I only played at Midwest Gaming Classic, and they didn't have it set up very favorably to feel it out. You know.
So I do get that at TPF. I got to play it. I got to play it a bunch, and I got to the point where I'm like, man, this could be a really cool, like, tournament darling if they were to really focus on a rule set that would somehow be for tournaments. I don't care about the theme. I don't.
Okay.
the
just
food
give me
porn
the ball.
moments like made me hungry. I'll
Sure.
give it that.
Sure.
But, like I don't need to see repetitious food porn videos.
Sure.
But I did like the fact that it was like old school multi-ball saucers, like holding onto the balls.
Yeah. Yeah. I,
thought
did
that was
like that
kinda
too.
cool.
Yeah.
Physical ball
And
locks, yeah.
and they register. So after you lock the balls in those side scoops and whatnot, if you hit them, they actually still count towards something.
Right, right. It
Like
knows
you
that you
still
hit it.
you still get points. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do appreciate that. Meanwhile, we're paying attention to Meta's game.
Yeah,
How are we doing over there?
Of course.
No, we're not.
Higher Peanut pointing out that Galactic Tank Force theme is fun, but the fan of shots is too close and it's killer.
Okay, then what does Higher Peanut think of Black Knight, Sword of Rage?
Interesting.
Because I think those shots are way too close.
Yeah, you can
And
say
it-
the same thing for TNA too.
Yes, but I've learned to appreciate Sword of Rage a lot more. And actually,
Sword of Rage is great.
it was thanks to your stream when you had it, because you were actually kind of described it well, where it was just like, oh, split the game in half and backhand everything. And I never really put that together originally.
Right.
Until you had said it. And I was just like, oh, that makes so much more sense, because then you eliminate the crossover. Sometimes you have to take a forehand
Sometimes you're
shot.
stuck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
But I think Sword of Rage, some of those shots are really, really up close and personal.
but it's also kind of part of the theme,
Yes.
I guess. Like it's a battle with him.
Yep.
Also, there isn't something even closer still blocking access to 50% of the playfield.
True.
That is my biggest problem with GTF is I feel like that mechanic in the middle needed to
Yeah.
drop down the middle and allow shots
Yeah.
in between it to open up the middle of the playfield.
So I mean, at some point we're gonna have to just say, are the boutique companies making money is pretty much how successful they're going to be. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if they could have a bill of materials that makes them a profit off of small batches of games, then they win. I think that's what's making Spooky still successful.
Sure.
And that they're moving into an even bigger facility now. Now, do I want to see they made 20,000 Addams families. They made 15,000 Indiana Jones, back in the day. Do I want to see 15,000 Looney Tunes? No. Do I want to see just see oodles of games from every manufacturer? I don't know. I don't know.
Godzilla's everywhere, right? Like
is.
that
That's
is
true.
about the closest we have gotten to something
Come on.
comparable. Oh no.
That was just mean.
Yeah.
It's
That,
just like you don't get to play any games.
that's our current generation's Twilight Zone, Addams
Okay.
Family, something
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that. And I think it's good for what it is. I think it's fine that was the big one.
Sure.
Do I think it should have been Jurassic Park? Yes.
No. Go
Not
on.
a fan of Jurassic Park.
Still not. No. I
Did you just try to? Whoa!
not
was
at all.
Was that a death save attempt, sir?
No, not
We're getting.
at all.
I haven't
way.
formalized the request, but there will be a sign at some point for the panic room. That is not allowed.
Wow. So Jurassic Park and I do not get along,
Oh yeah.
and that's a me problem. That's not necessarily the game's problem, although it's the game's problem. I do like the layouts and stuff like that, but there's too many things that I can't get over. I don't know how to explain it really. I've learned to more appreciate it now that I can play it. But again, when I won the Project Pinball raffle was called the Jurassic Park Premium Raffle. And if you look at my name for that win, it still says that. But I picked Batman because that's part of the rules. That's always been kind of their rules, is that you could pick a game of the same level.
Got it.
Okay, and then any of them, and now that's why they call them like the Summer 2024 raffle or whatever. But when I won it, Jurassic Park was everywhere, and I didn't like playing it. And I still have a hard time with any of the upper flipper shots.
Got it. The
tower
loop
shot,
or the raptor
loop,
tower?
Yeah. And I also have a problem where a lot of the copies that I play make me flip that flipper or I drain. If it comes around the loop so fast that it comes around and it's not catchable, or my reaction time is not catchable on that thing, or sometimes those flippers are a little bit misaligned where you get a flipper hop.
Yep.
And it's like, I shouldn't have to flip a flipper if I don't want to.
And it should be safe.
Yes.
To do so.
And you want to know my other part? Oh
wow! No. So first of all, I didn't know about the flipper. I didn't count that against the game. But in a game like Iron Maiden, you don't have to flip, and it adds a certain amount of safety. And you really don't get that with Jurassic Park because there is the flipper, and then there's a post, and that post is usually up higher. So when the ball hits it, it hits the post and goes into the out lane.
Right.
Yeah, it's a very dangerous shot to not flip.
So my next newest concern, and I've talked about this on my stream, Meta's heard me talk about it just even earlier today.
Yeah.
Is the supposedly safe returns that are crossing over the out lanes.
Okay.
Number one offender right now, Jaws. The whole left up and down lane, that should be a safe shot. But there's a possibility that as it returns, instead of coming in lane, it goes out lane. Jurassic Park has screwed me a couple of times on the C shot, where you hit the C shot, and as it rattles out to the out lane.
Oh, yeah.
Godzilla on the right-hand side. Yep. With the,
oh, my
with the
God, as
pop-over.
it's dropping out. I
Foo
hate
Fighters
that.
with the same system.
Exact same thing. Like, same shot, basically.
Looney Tunes with the TNT thing.
With the TNT dropping.
Which we know is a problem.
And speaking of TNT, TMNT, sorry.
Right.
Also does that from the layer.
Yeah, with the layers.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm sick of this, and I don't want them to do it anymore. I know why they're doing it is because it's maximizing the play field.
Yeah.
Sure.
But I really don't want to have to fight. Like, I'm not a nudger. I'm not a very good nudger at all. I don't want to be on my guard for what should be a safe shot.
Yep.
Or a safe return.
I'm actually right there with you.
This whole thing with these ramps coming back to the
the safest of safe portion of the in lanes.
Right.
Avoids that ever happening.
Yes, the half ramp could kill you instantly, but that's a half ramp. That's a different story than making the shot.
Okay.
Making the shot and then saying, "Oh, by the way, you didn't move the machine, and it just happened to take the weirdest curve out of the,
spin.
Jaws even has it on the right-hand side with the little flipper, because you could drop that flipper.
And sometimes it hits the out lane.
And sometimes it hits the outlet.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah.
That's my biggest pet peeve on newest games. Is those type of things, and I think that goes with why I'm not terribly happy with how Jurassic Park rolls.
Man Adams, before we go too far here, pointing out that Man Adams loves JP and still thinks you made the right decision with Batman 66.
I really like Batman 66. I think I did myself a really.
I think you did.
I think I was also lucky enough that there was one available.
Right.
Yes, I had to pay a little extra for it because of the boutique pricing on Batman, Beatles, and Elvira, but they allowed me to do it. And so, and because Batman actually was, the way that I describe it is that Batman was my favorite game that I got to play nowhere.
That you got to play what?
that wasn't available to play anywhere,
Ah, got it.
right? Because nobody had it.
Yeah,
because people didn't like it when it first came out, because the code was really broken.
Oh,
when
yeah,
it first
yeah.
came out, and so people didn't buy it, I guess, until they really kind of got the code out. So there you go.
So, let's see. I've gotten better at Raptor Tower, but Higher Peanut agrees that the loop feed sometimes is very unsafe without flipping. And Higher Peanut pointing out the only Jaws I played, the mini flipper feed went right out lane consistently. Yep. And I'm in that same boat. A safe shot should always return safe. I don't want
A supposedly safe shot. I think that's what they're doing, is they're making some of these. I didn't realize I was
Captain
doing it.
Marvel on Avengers was the one where I'm like, I have to get rid of this game. I hate it now.
Yeah.
So you had the premium and stuff. Yeah. I love Iron Maiden. I think that's his best game.
Yep.
I agree.
Jurassic Park, not a fan. Not saying it's a bad game. Godzilla, terrific game. Terrific game. Avengers, I'm in between. I love it. I hate it. I'm not dying to play it and whatnot.
Yeah.
But if it comes up in the tournament, I'm kind of like, oh, this is kind of, I'm okay with this. But Godzilla, I think, is a fantastic game. Jaws, Clunkfest.
Clunkfest.
But it's not a bad game because the shots are Clunkfest.
That is so, I have never heard it described as a
gosh,
Clunkfest.
then you aren't listening to anybody.
Evidently, I'm
No,
not.
it's really me saying that. I'm not. This was a Clunkfest.
I've never thought of it as a Clunkfest though. Like
my biggest part that I didn't like about Jaws was was how the pop bumper seemed to always throw it to that middle ramp, and that middle ramp was such a rattle that if you didn't hit it quite right, it would always rattle and come straight down the middle. Now it seems like other copies that I played recently, that hasn't happened as much, and maybe it was just because that was the first interaction that I ever had with Jaws, was that type of thing. But a lot of those, like, I'm really liking John Wick because I can find myself aiming for shots and making shots, right? If I need to make an adjustment between the left scoop, the left orbit, the left ramp, or even the dance hall, maybe not so much the pop bumper or whatever the dance hall thing is, I can adjust enough that I can aim for the ramp and make the ramp rather than aim for the ramp, hit the post. And it always seems like I was doing that on Jaws, where it was just like I would do. Plus, I think a lot of those shots are so far back.
They are super far back. They're long shots.
Yesterday at Locavore tournament, I was having trouble hitting the boat with enough force to get the captive ball to actually bounce into the targets behind it. And it's like, ugh, you know, I love the premium and LE over the pro.
Really?
Because I think that the wave shot, the wave ramp shot that actually feeds to the upper playfield works better.
I
on the
would
premium.
completely agree. It's an easier shot.
Even though I don't think there's a ton to do up on the playfield, except for I like hitting the spinner and then selecting the thing. And I love the physical drop targets. The physical drop targets change that game for the better.
I like the boat on the premiums. Just
I like
the boat shot is one of my favorite things because it's got a little bit more verticality to it. And I mean, everybody likes the shark coming up. I like the captive ball in there. There's more, since on the pro it's just on the playfield, whereas in the premium it's
actually on a boat.
Yeah, it's on like its own little.
It's on a boat
Thing. I'm on a boat.
Yeah,
and it's going fast.
Well, here's the other thing about that is that when it's on the boat, the captive ball actually almost always falls back to the appropriate
center.
place.
Yeah.
On the pro, it doesn't always do that.
No.
So you hit it, and sometimes it kind of bounces around and stays a little left or a little right. And so when you talked about clunky, I wasn't disagreeing. I just hadn't thought of it in those terms.
Well, and Owl says that it's the least clunkfest of all the games in all of his games, in his opinion, and that and maybe it's a player
Hey, Al.
preference or something like that.
Okay.
You know, and that might be it. Because I'm not a nudger. I'm not a slow down player like you are.
Oh yeah, that is the other thing.
I am totally a flow player, and I will continue to try to hit shots as much as I can. And I think that's why Batman works really well, because I think Batman actually felt better flowiness.
John Wick as well.
Yeah,
John Wick is redonk flow.
It's got some real good flow.
It does.
I actually, it's one of the, it's like, really like one of the only games I actually enjoy the up and over, like that right ramp shot on the Wick where it comes up and into the,
and it comes back around.
Yeah, it comes back down. So I don't like it on Monsters. I really don't like it on Zeppelin.
Hey.
I don't. Yeah.
I've never seen any of those movies, but I really do enjoy that.
It's a fun game.
That game.
Shots just.
Although I choose if I want another raffle, I'd choose James Bond.
Wait, with pro or premium?
Yes.
Okay.
I think I would rather get a premium
Okay.
because I think the lock mechanism is cooler.
It is cooler.
I don't like Bond on a wand, but if you take the figure off of the actual magnet thing, it works better. Which kind of destroys kind of their theming and stuff like that. But that's a bad design. So,
Higher Peanut coming in saying, I can't call it clunk. Also, Brooklyn saying, eat an old Pez. I don't have any Pez here right now.
I don't know if I have any old ones right now.
But Jaws is very tight, and lots of verticality means any rattle at all means a
failed shot, which I
Yeah.
hate.
It happens all the time. But
Yeah.
on the positive side, if you fail the wave ramp on a pro, because all of my time is mostly pro, I have played a premium, and my problem with the premium is I get bored of the game.
Okay.
But on the pro, it always comes nicely back down to the left flipper. So it's not like it rattles and drains down the center.
Yeah, and
it's still a safe rattle.
Yeah, it's a safe rattle, I think, on the premium as well.
But going to the premium, I've only played it at Pinball Jones, and my problem was after like 40 minutes of playing it, I was kind of like, what's the point? Like, I actually got to a point on it consistently enough to where that, like, I probably won't ever own a Jaws. And if I did, it would only ever be a pro because the premium is entirely too long playing of a game.
Oh, okay.
But I'm also not the person who ever is going to make it more difficult than what the standard is it gets shipped by, because I know a lot of people will say, well, just open up the out lanes or make it a higher pitch. And I'll do maybe up to 7.2, 7.25 is what I typically try and set most games to. 7 degrees is my standard target, but I refuse to change the outlines from what they are sent from the manufacturer at.
Okay.
Because that's the standard. A lot of thought goes into that.
I don't know if I did that with Batman or not. Maybe I did. Maybe I closed them up. I don't know. But Batman, I was having problems where it was like sling outlane all the time, and it was frustrating my family. So I know that my Batman outlanes are closed just because, again, it was family orientation more than anything.
Yep.
How about this? What do you think of Rick and Morty?
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
I really like the theme.
Okay.
I enjoy shooting the game because I think the layout is fun, and I love the idea of a magnet that you build up like power to use, and then you can use it at your discretion. That got to be a lot of fun.
Okay.
I hated how after you completed the 10 missions, getting to the wizard mode of the game was kind of like, here's an 11th mode or a 7th mode. So I want to be celebrated when I get to something significant, which is actually why to this day I will go down fighting. I feel like to talk about how I do think Mandalorian Premium and LE are actually super fun games from Stern.
Yep.
But that wasn't in Rick and Morty, and that was my one big pull from it, despite the fact that I love the theme. Loved, I should say.
I think it's boring to watch.
Okay.
So when people stream that, I'll watch for a little bit, but then I will get bored of people. I will get bored of watching it. I've never watched Rick and Morty, but that again, So the theme's not the biggest attraction to me,
Sure.
but I don't know. It felt like a lot of rinse and repeat for everything, and that just feels boring. And it's just like, okay, we're going to start over, and now we're just going to do the same whirly twirly nightmare guy.
Sure.
Pickle Rick.
So, I'm really interested in that because there is another game I feel like that I bought and I got rid of because I realized how much I think it sucks to stream it because it's just not fun to watch streams of it. Are there any other games that you guys have experienced where you're like, it's just not fun to watch?
I don't know. I think when I'm watching pinball streams in general, I'm more or less trying to watch them for strategies. How do you play this? How do you play the game? What are you doing in that game? Like, how do you play your modes? Like, what are the rules of the modes? Like, how do you get to a specific wizard mode or where your action falls? That kind of stuff.
Sure.
So I know when I step up to the game, I know generally how to play the game, and I feel confident in doing that. So I don't really have it's not really a game that I will just be like, well, I don't really want to watch this game. South Park, I guess, would be that game. I hate South Park, right? And
Okay.
I almost lost my streak of never ever playing a full game of South Park on Wednesday down in Monument.
Yeah, for the pubs tournament.
At the Colorado Pinball Pub tournament down there. It was one of the games that was rolled for me, but luckily the auto launcher just kept launching.
Yeah, the shooter lane switch had fallen out, so so congratulations for not or continuing on your streak of never playing South Park.
Yeah. I just really don't like South Park in general, and I know with this being in Colorado, that's blasphemy.
Wait! You don't like the actual cartoon?
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
But yeah, I don't like South Park, and with it being already being a Sega game, which is not a fun game anyway, or a lot of Sega games are kind of like.
Oh, I don't know about that.
I mean, there
are some really great Sega games.
Sega games out there. It's just not my jam.
Sure. Sure.
But yeah, for the most part, yeah, South Park is really, yeah.
Are you the only person who really enjoys playing the pin? No, a lot of people enjoy playing the pin.
Yeah.
Wait, South Park?
Yeah. There's people, and you know what? If you want to make money on location,
Put it in
South Park.
put South Park out
Yes.
there, especially in Colorado.
Oh, yeah.
You could probably put two and make a lot of money. That and Stranger Things, apparently, are really big money makers.
Yes.
I would. A game that would be boring for me to watch.
I'm hoping one of y'all say it.
What era is it?
Early 2000s.
Oh, early 2000s. Wait, early 2000s.
All right, Lord of the Rings. I find Lord of the Rings to be the most boring game to watch on stream. I had it for a short period of time and I got rid of it because I was getting bored of playing it, I feel like, on stream. Because, now bear with me here. Crap, I forgot to choose the right thing. But it is 40 minutes per ball, it seems like, playing for something where there's so much that needs to be done, and you are consistently going to fail to get to Valinor every time. Like, the only reason to play Lord of the Rings is to try and get to Valinor, and you're stuck waiting 40 to 60 minutes maybe per game to see if you actually get there.
Although I think there's a lot of games that are like that.
Yeah.
Where if you're, but I bet you're feeling the distance trying to get there.
Yes.
Because I think there's a lot of games that take an hour to get to the wizard mode, but you're actually enjoying the journey on there.
Sure,
So-
absolutely.
Because-
Jurassic Park, yes.
Sure.
Yeah, Jurassic Park is one of those games that that game could take forever to get to the end, but it feels like an accomplishment when you get there.
Yeah.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And on top of that, there's a whole bunch of different things you can do on the way, like
Yeah.
along the path, that are always kind of fun and surprising.
That was actually one of the reasons why I didn't like it, because I didn't know that. Because it felt like that one was very linear to me originally when it came out. Because it was like, okay, do the paddocks, do the thing, or do the truck, and then do whatever. I didn't understand some of the nuances of stacking things the right way.
Oof. That was a rough one.
Yeah, that was okay. Thanks,
Not
game.
hit anything.
Oh no, that's gonna start a multi-ball. Oh, I'm in a mode. All right, hit the nope.
Right ramp, left loop, and you're done.
Just let me hit the shot. Yeah.
That really helped you get through this.
I'll take that. Sure. Mystery. Double multipliers. How about that?
Let's do that.
Yeah.
If you move that shot X over to the spinner, then you can get a lot of points off the spinner. Because you've made a lot of progress on the spinner.
Nope.
Never mind.
Oh no, he tilted it out.
What?
And a tilt.
How does
What?
that happen?
Yeah.
Who would have thought?
All right.
Yeah, you still scored, I believe, 70 times better than I did. My last game, I was complaining about games and
Mildly distracted.
Yeah, we're all chatting.
talking about streams. I tag my stream as edutainment, so I try not to have a boring game. And if I need to, I'll try to explain some of the silliness or other aspects of it. That's why I like doing the EM games, because
Oh yeah.
I think when people come in there, they'll be like, oh, it was like when we found out about Grand Prix.
Yeah.
Grand Prix, if you earn the extra ball and you tilt, you lose the extra ball.
Which
Wow.
is it's,
Okay.
it's really funny.
Yeah. I think it was Real Vinyl Dude who pointed that out, that it's in the schematics, that it's in the chain of whatever, and then when you tilt out, it actually disengages, or it takes the power off of the extra ball relay, so you lose your extra ball. So don't tilt if you have it, if you're playing extra ball. So
How do we distract MetaKnightman enough so we continue to get those little 30-second balls?
That's a very good question.
Also, Obi-Wan with the Force says, hate South Park. Am I the only person who really enjoys playing that PID? I'm not sure if that was talked about.
yeah, it was, but here's what's great about South Park. Is for a game that came out in 1999, 3 years into the run of South Park, it got the essence of exactly what that show is, and has always consistently been that way. So when people step up to South Park, they may see that Mr. Garrison is still Mr. Garrison, and that Chef is still a major part of the game. But I think people people see South Park and they just say, "Oh wow, they made a game out of South Park. I've got to try it."
Yes.
And then it's a favorable shooter for a novice player that they will continue to try
Right.
again.
It has giant, like the giant hole on
Yeah,
the
the
right
gobble
side.
hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Those Cartman shots are
Does Chef die? Yes. Yes, they killed Chef off pretty mercilessly when Isaac Hayes. What was it? He made offensive of because he was Jehovah's Witness, and they had talked about Jehovah's Witnesses or something like that. I forgot what it was,
terrible.
but he got in a disagreement with those guys, and they were like. He didn't want to work with them, so then they killed him off, and so there you go. Oh, Scientology, of course.
Yeah.
It was Scientology?
Yeah. it was like the Tom Cruise episode, now that you say that.
Of course.
Yeah.
You can't be on South Park and have anything that you hold dear.
Yeah, it was so long ago, too. It was
Yeah.
like... We're talking already 20 years ago that they did that, so...
Also, Matt Adams was pointing out earlier that Rick and Morty's appeal is the Denisi music. The game constantly kind of like making fun of you.
Okay.
And the different dimensions are a hoot as well.
Yeah, except for... I don't need a farting dimension.
Right. Well, that entire, even in the show, the farting thing was like, we had to do a farting.
Sure.
A farting dimension.
Yeah.
The fact that Scott was able to do a TNA dimension, I thought was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Chef was a member. Well, Isaac Hayes was a member, but sadly, Isaac Hayes is no longer with us.
Oh, no. You're at 22x, though.
I am, which is kind of nice to head into this.
Yep, good shot.
Oh, I lit the video mode. I wasn't even know.
Wait, what?
Yeah, I thought I was starting. I didn't realize the video mode got lit.
Oh, I thought that's why you shot it.
Yeah, I also thought that's why you
I did not realize you're.
Because I had the Hoth.
Oh, you weren't lit on multiplier. Got it. You
that and I.
I thought
I was going into the multiplayer.
I thought you stacked the whole thing the right way. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Didn't
so
get
close.
the perfect too. That's fine.
All right.
But it's supposed to go into.
Yeah, I'm about 0 cocktails into it. So I honestly, I've never been a fan.
Wait, cocktails?
Farting.
Oh my goodness! Can I?
I know. I'm sorry. It's
Yeah, personally, I think farting stinks.
Well, yeah, okay. How much of George's glass can I smash? I don't.
Did
I
you
don't.
take the glass off of Grand Prix?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
At one point,
I think
yeah.
I missed it.
Well, we had to move the glass so we could put the ball in it.
Okay.
I didn't take it completely off tonight, but I wish that upon nobody.
I still need to hit my force targets. I'm not hitting anything. Now I got it. Now everything's just leaving.
I feel like if Dice was still in the chat, he would have given me a +1 for my.
Yeah,
I find that farting stinks.
No, that's a good joke. I like it.
Thank you.
It's just one of those things that my family never really. That was never really part of our family discussions,
Sure.
and so it's yeah.
I don't even know what I'm trying to hit anymore. Oh. Hey, victory!
Nicely done.
Never would have thought that would have happened. Thank you, Hyperspace Multiball.
I think this is the hardest of the
Yeah,
mini
because you have to
wizard
hit
modes
that
to beat.
left, like Escher was saying on your stream the other day. You have to hit that left orbit a lot of times.
Yep.
Well,
Now I just kind of have this sitting on the hyperspace hurry up shot.
when I step up there, I'm going to see if it's got the problem that like every other Star Wars that I play has.
Which is
I'm not going to tell you.
okay. Also,
Really,
I'm gonna
really
throw it
like
out there. MetaKnightman is an angry pinball slapper.
I'm a what? Oh,
You got the slap. You can tell it's not pressing the button gently. It's nice Laz there.
yeah. Oh gosh, it gave me everything back again. I didn't realize it gave me everything back. Yeah, I am a very physical flipper.
Yes, a physical flipper. I like it. Who else was that? That was Mike
Right.
from the Canadian
Nice,
pinball streaming.
nice chin move there. Nice chin move. Solid. Didn't lock it in. Locked in.
Now I'll lock it back in.
On the orbit.
Yeah, on the orbit. Oh, there we go.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There you go.
Oh, I missed it. That's okay.
That was still a heck of a run there.
Yeah.
That was.
And
really
now we get to pause the game for this brief mode interruption. Yeah, all like 4 of them went down at once because during that ball save. Yeah, good times. Oh, I had like the worst James Bond multi-ball instance yesterday when I had thrown the ball into the scuba shot as well as the car, and it was doing all of the animations for everything while counting out my ball save. And there was 3 balls. Luckily, I had the extended multi-ball for Bird 1, right?
Yeah.
But they all like shot out of where they shot out of. The one comes down to the flipper. I take a shot, hit all of the balls, and they all like die in the middle and go straight down. And I'm like, do yourself a favor. Don't shoot any of the scoops during that Bird 1 multi-ball. You need some of those shots, but it like, because I think it was the extra ball animation, I think it was high stakes. Like the game stopped, but the ball save count did not.
Right.
And it was like, unfortunate. I was like, well, thank goodness I had the extended thing so I could keep on going. So
Now, have you ever played a James Bond yet where the upper loop, the one that you hit in order to qualify your multiplier, is easy?
no, not really.
Okay.
It's just sometimes you just get it, you know, sometimes you can get it in a rhythm
Sure.
in it.
Oh, well.
I think it's very repeatable though.
That was brutal.
That was rude because I wanted to go into battle above Endor. That's all right.
Nice
Hey, I
game.
got something.
That's not bad.
Hyperspace multi-ball champion.
Yeah, for sure.
I'll take that.
Yeah, no, I think that
18.69.
I think that loop on James Bond. I think that loop on James Bond is actually very repeatable. Like if you get that rhythm going, you can go around that loop a bunch of times. So
Yeah.
So I think that's why James Bond might actually be a really good competition game.
I agree. Because with the multipliers that you can grab for playfield multipliers,
Yeah.
like you can really blow it up. Granted, never been a big fan of those kinds of games where that relies specifically on like a playfield multiplier for you to actually win in competitions.
But as
It does make it easier to hit, which is like bonds are easier to hit along with like Deadpool and stuff like that. But like Venom is one that I will never like due to that specific strategy. You have to have your playfield multipliers when you do things, or else you're not gonna
sure.
do well.
all right, so it does have the problem.
What's the problem?
The target
Yes.
on the left side of this ramp is leaning over into the Death Star shot.
Okay.
It seems to be the problem on every Star Wars that I get is that it's like not solidly in the playfield, or the rivets for the switch make it just lean over.
Just like slightly over,
Yeah.
like, hey, I'm
So-
gonna kind of block your shot.
So it makes that shot even more tighter than it should be.
Right.
I'll go to the pub and I'll adjust the ones at the pub every so often, especially before the tournaments, to like try to straighten it back up, just to make that shot a little bit not as tight, because it is like one of those things where it's just like I don't know if it's a design fault or whatever. I mean, it's a target that gets hit often. So.
It does. And it is a tight shot. On this particular game, I feel like it's very makeable.
It does. You're right.
Yeah, I think on pros in general, I like to backhand everything, especially on a Richie game. And so like having a pro and being able to backhand that Death Star shot is
Huge.
So good.
Huge.
That's like the only reason I can actually do well on that game is because.
Did this one come with Insider out of the box?
I don't know.
Okay. I mean, I bet it did because of how these two screw terminals are right here. I think. I'm not sure.
It wouldn't surprise me if this was purchased in the past maybe 2 or 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah, it probably has.
Yeah. Because I always think that they, find these flaws, and then they correct the flaws, and they're just like, oh, let's tighten this. Let's add an extra screw here so it doesn't, or let's widen this thing up a little bit or something. So.
And on that note, with fixing flaws when they go back to, let's say, like reprint or remake games, what are your guys' thoughts on Godzilla 70th anniversary? The black and white with a little bit of red?
So, I mean, they did that with the Elvira anniversary edition, whatever that one was, and a lot of people really liked it. I'm a person, like, for me, theme is the big thing. I've always loved Godzilla. Like, that's one of the games that if I do manage to get it, it's going to be bolted along with Foo Fighters to the floor. It's never going anywhere.
Okay.
So, like, I like it. I think it's pretty cool, but if it, since it doesn't really add anything other than a larger price tag, I can go either way.
What was the price tag on it?
It's just a premium. It is standard premium pricing.
Okay. Well, yeah.
If I were to get one, I'd probably get that one. Not that I need it black and white or whatnot, but I don't know. I kind of like the specialness of it.
I think it looks gorgeous. Like, I'm not a big fan of the game, but if I had to have that version, if I had to have the game, I would go that version. Now, do you guys, in terms of the aesthetics, are you a fan of the black and white?
I think it looks good.
Yeah.
I don't know. I personally kind of like the colors, like having it in color, but that could be just that's what I'm used to, so I have a bias towards that. But
I loved, but I don't know if I would have gone out of my way to get it. The Munsters.
The
Munsters
premium black and white with green.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
I do like the fact that they went that way as an anniversary, like as an extra thing, you know. But if I bought it today, I'd probably go that way only because I don't know. I just probably would. I don't need it, but I kind of like it.
Now, have either of you spent much time on, sorry, not Muppets. What's one we were just talking about?
Labyrinth?
No. Sorry, the black and white and green one.
Munsters?
Munsters. There we go.
I have. I like it. I mean, it's like what a lot of people say. It's one of those that are, it's got a formula to it. You know,
Dang it.
Your progression. You know, you start Herman. You get Lily. You basically just collect all your characters, go to the, party monsters mode or whatever, and that's it. Like that, and you just keep going back and forth through that. So a lot of people will call it an easy game. I think it's also one of those games where you have a playfield multiplier, and so your scores depend on that. But I think it also has the TMNT curse, where the scoring is ridiculously low, and it feels like getting just 1 million points on that game is
Hurt my
difficult,
shoulder.
and all of that. So it's kind of a, I don't know. I like games where where number go big. That's why I like Star Wars. Number go big if I can finally get there.
Okay.
I like Rush because number can go big.
Get up.
But yeah, that's my opinion.
Okay. And Pez, have you spent much time on Monsters?
Yes. not specifically the black and white one, but I like Munsters. I think it's kind of a simple-ish but satisfying game. Kind of a straightforward game, like Meta was saying about, you do the things. It's kind of a rinse and repeat as you get into it, but I think it's good for a tournament game, actually.
Yeah. Oh, interesting. Okay.
Because there's not a cajillion things going on. I'm fine with the multiplayer because I think it's I think it's favorable to no matter who plays.
Pinball Geek saying, I think the main problem with Munsters is the lower playfield.
Yeah, and as
I love that though.
As someone who likes to slap the game, it hurts my hands when I hit those extra buttons. So I don't like. I'd rather have like the Black Knight treatment, like the original Black Knight, where they put like the Magna Save in front of the flipper.
Okay.
But I can understand for the random person walking up to it, it's hard for them to kind of like.
I have a hard time hurting my delicate instruments.
That's right.
Although I did have a nifty save wiggle on the left, and my shoulder hurts.
Oh.
Old man.
Don't break your back like George, please.
Yeah.
Old man.
Do not break your back or shoulders.
Yes, as Zach said, you have old man problems.
Old man.
Jackpot.
I do like the call out. The guy doing the call outs for this game. I think he did it actually a decent time.
No, he's okay. I'm
not upset. Jackpot.
Yeah.
Jeez,
I don't know who
Louise.
it was supposed to be though. It's like generic old guy.
I think it's is it not the narrator from the Clone Wars?
As someone who never watched the Clone Wars, and please judge me all
same thing. I don't know, but I thought it was one of the.
That'd be interesting if
Brooklyn
it is.
says
Didn't
it is, yeah.
it is? It's the same guy, or it's meant to sound like that guy?
Sound like.
Oh, because that guy didn't he? The Clone Wars are coming together. Like he was a 1930s style announcer in the Clone World in the Clone Wars. It's like Ahsoka and Obi-Wan are stuck again. What will they do? Same guy. He is actually a character in the series too. Okay, it is the same guy.
Jeez Louise.
Nice.
I don't make many one-timers, but when I do,
Right?
what am I trying for?
I always. Oh, nice.
I meant to multiply that.
Also, talk about celebration right there. On the Pro, it's a lot less so because they can't lock the ball.
Right.
Up there, I feel like to anywhere near the way they can on the premium, but
Right.
man, it does the.
And I like it. Yeah. When the star explodes on the premium, and
It's really freaking cool.
yeah, and yeah, because then when you're hitting that, you just have the hyperspace loop just going and going and going on that one too.
Oh, was the actor in Andor as well? I never watched Andor.
Yeah, I also never watched Andor. I've heard mixed reviews of Andor. So, I don't know.
Oh, wow. Multipliers doubled. You just got your youngling rank. You're at 40x right now.
Jeez Louise. Okay, hang on.
No pressure, but we're expecting big things from you, sir.
Woo, that was a good shot.
Yeah, it was. How much was that worth?
60 mil, but missed. It's not locked in. There it is.
There it is. Get that.
Oops.
Oh my God, that would be
God, nuts.
100 million?
Oh, now it's
Didn't mean to do it.
not on the asteroid.
Yeah.
I did watch Ashoka. I watched Ashoka and I thought it was fun.
Wow. Thread the needle on that one.
Darkstar. So I've watched I think all of Rebels. Ahsoka was good.
Oh, didn't see it.
Andor is better than Mandalorian, says Obi-Wan.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. And I thought that Rogue One is, I think at this point, the more I think about it, the best Star Wars film ever made.
Yeah, Rogue One.
It
is
was a terrific
one.
And that's tough, because Empire Strikes Back, right, has like a,
Oh yeah.
if you grew up with it, special place.
Aw,
Well, if you hit it. Oh no.
not enough.
No,
That's all
not
right.
Fast enough.
It's all right. I ain't mad. Oh, I'm mad about that. What was that?
Wow. And it was still flashing when it didn't give it back to you.
Yeah, that's one of the things. It's one thing I don't like about the auto plunge in this game. Sometimes it just goes. It's just like, yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, you went to the outlane. Cool. I'm just gonna shoot it right back.
Yeah,
in.
here's the outlane
another
again.
outlane. Here's another outlane.
I
Here's
mean,
another
you
outlane.
went down the outlane anyway. You meant to have the outlane, right?
Ooh, you were about to cross the 100 TIE fighters.
Yeah, what happens?
Nothing specific. I think at 138 or something like that, you get back into a TIE fighter multi-ball.
jeez.
But you do have to have 100 defeated in order to beat the game.
Yeah, well, I mean, I only got 2 of the modes done, and I've got nothing on Tatooine. But
And you're also, I think, only a youngling right now. You have to go up 3 more levels there as well.
I mean, I have no idea how to do that, but because I'm just playing the game.
Yeah, that's kind of what I do. At that point, after I play like 2 of the big multi balls, and that's like, oh okay, I'm done. I've done all I can do. I don't know what else to do next.
Wasn't Kanan Freddie Prinze Jr. Darkstar from Rebels? I don't know why. I have such a I have always liked the character of Kanan, but I always struggle anytime I see Freddie Prinze Jr. in something.
Yeah.
Wow, Darkstar throwing it out there saying I would love to see an updated Star Wars pin.
I think that would be kind of cool with all of the.
There are more Star Wars pins than any other license.
That's true. Yeah, because there's the Data East one, there's the Mando one, Phantom Menace, Pinball 2000 one.
Yep.
You have
There's
this
the one that
one.
we're playing right now.
Yep, we have this one.
There's also the Sega Star Wars. There is the Empire Strikes Back
Haken one.
early solid state with the coolest art, I
Yeah.
feel like, ever.
Okay. There's also the Star Wars home. Pin.
Oh, yep, the home pin.
Yep.
So we're at 7.
That's too many.
Yeah. So I keep hearing the rumor mill people saying that Pokemon is going to be the next one. I am insanely skeptical about that.
Wait, that they'll be able to pull it off, or
That it
that
is.
it's oh.
I really don't think Stern could get the license out of Pokemon / Game Freak. The most recent Nintendo pin was Mario, and that was what 20 years ago.
Yeah,
when they were a little more loose with their IP.
It's tough.
I don't think that's gonna be a thing.
I've never been into Pokemon ever, but I'm on the list with
Yeah.
Zach from Flippin' Out if Pokemon comes out, because Zoe told me in no uncertain terms that I absolutely had to get a Pokemon pinball machine if it ever came out.
Oh yeah. Hey Kiwi, how you doing?
Welcome.
That was an awful extra ball.
Yeah.
That was like plunging it during a tournament.
Right.
Good stuff,
And
dude.
it's supposed to be what Jack is supposed to be. Rumored Jack is the one doing it too.
I think that's a good thing. I can't imagine anyone else at Stern being big into Pokemon.
Yeah, I think Jack would be the only one. He's like the only millennial type other
Well,
than
shut up. I'm getting there.
at least of the designers. Ray, I'm pretty sure would really would do it.
Oh, yeah, I'm assuming on Code. I mean,
Yeah,
Ray
Ray
is
would love to do that for Code. Yeah.
big into all the games. I don't know specifically if he's Pokemon, but I would just make that wild assumption.
Right.
Kiwi saying, George Pez Meta, good to see you all in the garage. What other games are you waiting for? Asked Squalito. Hi, Squalito.
I don't even know what games are supposed to be like currently in the rumor mill, so I can't.
So
and it's not like all of my dream themes have already come out.
Right.
I
So
got
at this
Foo
point,
Fighters,
what is?
I got Godzilla.
Okay.
I don't need anything else. There's 3 Black Knights. I'm done.
Harry Potter not on your short list.
I'm-
Oh man.
That was
I
unfortunate.
didn't even get through the first chapter of the book. I watched all of the movies, but
Okay.
that's it. I watched the movies because it was popular at the time.
Pez, are you a Potter fan?
To a point.
Okay. I'm surrounded by people who are not Potter fans.
So sorry. My wife is. My wife really enjoyed Harry Potter and all that, but she's not. I don't think she's like obsessed like a lot of people are.
I don't know what you're talking about. Obsessed. What?
Yeah, George.
No, boy, I don't know. I take it or leave it.
Yeah.
So here's my deal about Harry Potter.
Okay.
After movie number 4, I stopped reading the books. I was reading the books right as the movie was coming out, and I got to number 4 and I said, I'm stop reading the books because I'm enjoying the movies, but they had to deviate away from book number 4 enough because book number 4 was very thick.
Yep.
That it had to get rid of the house elf revolt storyline with Dobby.
Sure.
You know that they didn't show the Quidditch Cup, which I was really excited about seeing it. And
Right.
but I still enjoyed the movie, and I was just like, okay, now I don't want to be disappointed by the movies.
Yep. Well.
And so I stopped reading the books.
Oh no.
I've never read a book after book 4. I'm not a reader.
Okay. See, that's the thing is that the books just got better and better, and the
Sure.
movies you got more and more disappointed at what they left out.
And that is the reason why I stopped reading the books, because
Okay.
I was enjoying the movies enough that I was having a good time watching things. I will tell you about Twilight series. Okay?
I admit I like Twilight, the book series.
Okay. Did you like the movies?
The first movie I thought was okay.
Okay.
After that, it got a little too much.
Go on. Here's what I was disappointed by Twilight as a whole. I've never seen whatever the last Twilight movie was because they did part 2 of whatever the 3rd book was, right?
Fourth.
For whatever.
Yeah, 2 parts to the 4th book, and that is the only time they actually improved upon the book, in my opinion.
And I did not see that movie because, spoiler alert, once she turns into a vampire, that was good enough for me. I didn't need to see anything else. I absolutely disliked the Twilight movie because they put too much of the book in it as kind of winks and nods to the readers of the books. And that doesn't make a good movie for me.
Okay.
That because there was whatever scene it was where I think she gets handed a note or something like that, looks at the note, smiles to herself, and puts the note away. And like everybody in the theater is just like, oh!
It just converted. It didn't convert well to a movie.
I had no idea what everybody was gasping about, but everybody who had read the book knew exactly what that was. And I was just like, what does that mean? I talked to my wife. I'm like, what does that mean? She's like, oh, it was explained in the book. And I'm like, God dang it.
Needs to be, yeah. I mean, if you're gonna have something that was explained in the book, it should be explained in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, but they had a lot of, they did that throughout the series. And then, like I said, I was just like, after, you know, I understand that what's his werewolf face falls in love with the child.
Yep.
I understand that. That's creepy enough. We don't need that.
Yeah. Yeah,
No, it's fine. No, it was a good fan service, I suppose. But when it comes to movies, I kind of, I don't know, book adaptations to movie adaptations. Again, I'm not a reader. That's my big thing, is that I'm in it for the visuals. I'm not in it for other stuff. Although I would say that people would have liked the fourth Indiana Jones movie more had they actually read the books.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Why would you say that?
Well, the books filled in the absence of movies. The book series actually takes place as Indiana Jones was graduating from college.
Okay.
And then it takes place like those several years of in between of graduating college and going into actual archaeology studies and stuff like that. There's some supernatural things that happen there that I think the fourth movie kind of does, which I don't think people wanted, like aliens and stuff like that.
Right.
The books actually kind of did that. But like I say, there was like this, like, to make a movie 18 years after the last movie and just expect the audience to get dropped into a movie.
Right.
And expect to love it, I think is very divisive of audience. And so,
Okay. That I could totally understand. Like, you're just going to jump back into it and it's going to work.
yeah. And for me, because I was reading the books, is that I love Indiana Jones as the character. And I've always said this, is that if Indiana Jones' next movie was he just goes to Mars and just takes a dump on Mars, and then that's the movie, I will be the first one in line to go see that.
I can see that. So let's see. Dark Star says King Kong for next Owen. Eddie with White on D&D, which I could be okay with. I would be excited for a new D&D, an updated D&D pin. Because I really enjoyed that movie. That was a really good movie. Some people are like, it's terrible. I'm like, nah, it's pretty
No,
good.
it was good. It was a solid film.
Yeah. It was very much like a... This
Wait,
is what
what?
happens.
Wait, which one was?
Dungeons and
D&D.
Dragons.
Oh, okay,
the
yeah.
Dungeons and Dragons
I didn't
movie.
see it, but I was.
It was really good. Because it was basically... It played out like an actual like D&D campaign where like people were just... just flubbed their role. You could tell when people like flubbed their roles and did not do well. Like, and they failed, and that's what the screen showed. And it was very well done.
Okay.
I have all 4 mini wizard modes
I see that.
lit.
What?
The odds of us surviving this are 1,138 to 1.
That was good. Solid. Pro gamer right there.
Now, see if you immediately turbo and go to the left, you can actually get a lot farther.
Sometimes.
I usually...
Sometimes.
Sometimes the game's like, no, screw
no,
you.
it's the game because there's no set pattern in the entire thing. If you have to read the book to appreciate it, then you're admitting it's a crappy movie, says Obi-Wan. I'm not discounting that.
I'll get that multiplier on that hyperspace. Decides not to go with the backhand. We'll see how it plays out for him.
It's a bold strategy.
It's a bold move,
strategy.
Cotton.
Bold
Darn
strategy,
it.
Cotton. Oh, and it's gone.
I also have fallen out of love of going to the movie theater.
Yeah, it's just not... I've stopped kind of going to the movies, too.
Although I want to see Deadpool and Wolverine.
Yeah, I'm going to go see that.
Deadpool, I'm excited about.
Last movie I went to was Inside Out 2, and then all the Godzilla movies that came out last year.
So go ahead and ask me, have I seen the new Indiana Jones movie?
Have you?
No.
Okay. I was like, this has to be a trick question.
No.
Darn it.
No, I just the release window was so short, and it's on Disney Plus, and it has been for a while.
Right.
I just haven't sat down to watch it. I watch pinball streams on YouTube.
Yeah, that's usually what I do, too. I don't go out.
Or I'm running tournaments, or I'm fixing games, or I'm streaming.
That's right.
Do not drain.
Don't trade. Don't walk the plank.
Yeah,
I hate
do not
walking
do
the
that.
plank.
That's
There we
my
go.
favorite thing to do.
Oh,
right,
it
battle
happens,
above
it
Ender.
happens to me so often.
Oh no, he chose his easiest mode start shot.
What was that?
You used up your easiest mode start shot.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Darn it. I was like specifically, don't hit that.
Yeah, don't do end one. Ooh, that was a fast shot. You got in your out of ball, George?
I'm working on it.
All right, Dark Star says he's gonna start some. Oh yeah, I think Pro versus Premium for Star Wars. Pro all the way.
Although the premium has got that interesting thing to it.
The hyperspace loop is.
I think
pretty
it's
okay.
cool. Again, having to change the magnet grab in the Death Star is unfortunate, but if you change the magnet grab, sometimes it makes that shot better. It still doesn't mean that it comes out of the Death Star any favorable. I've had plenty of drop down the middles on them, but yeah, I like Pro better.
All right. Well, way to go. We're in victory laps. I like the Pro better, just because I like to be able to play the game, and if I have to try and get it up that magnet loop to play the game, then it's not worth it.
Yeah.
There's no reason to do it.
All right. Where is it? It's there.
There you go. I mean, really, that's the problem with multi-balls is that there's just kind of there's too many balls sometimes.
Too many balls, you're right.
Yeah.
Make good use of this.
Yep. Nice
All right,
shot.
cool. And that was
Whoa,
multiple.
yeah.
That was so big. That was basically a billion-point shot. Woo. Oh, that was so good.
Yep. Yep.
Am I still
Oh.
multiplying that same shot? Yes,
Yeah.
I am.
All right, well, we've already beaten out my score for, maybe.
It's all right. Looking good.
Okay.
Oh, locked in.
Meanwhile. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to play it, George, if you just drain out the rest of your balls.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to do was up the multiplier. Thank you, game. All right, let's get that plus 3x.
I think we're all on Black Knight Sword of Rage Pro. Or would we go?
So I have to choose either Star Wars Pro and Black Knight Premium, or Black Knight Pro and Star Wars. I would still choose Star Wars Pro, Black Knight Premium.
I would choose.
Okay, so wait. So Kiwi would say both pros, but if it's the would you rather Sword of Rage Premium and Star Wars Pro, or Sword of Rage Pro and Star Wars Premium. So one of them has to be the premium, one of them has to be the pro.
Yeah.
Pro Swords of Rage.
No. I would do.
I did originally feel cheated when only the premium Sword of Rage had the upper playfield, but I don't think it adds enough to the game.
Good shot. Good save. Good save.
Yeah, very good.
Can't backhand the right ramp at all anymore.
It's okay.
Yeah, the flipper's just done.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I like the premium. I mean, I would rather play a Black Knight Pro,
Yeah.
but if I had to choose between...
I mean, if somebody's just gonna make me win it in a raffle,
Oh, darn it!
Almost
Nice
had
work.
that too.
Brought it back. I'll take the he brought it back. There we go. I needed to get it centered back
There
on
you
the
go.
playfield.
Yeah,
I'll take my 2.3.
2.3. Yeah,
That's not
that's like our high games, or
Yeah,
you
some of
know.
our high games, yeah.
some of them. Yeah. Somebody also put up. How much did you put up?
I think I had 3 bill my last game.
Well,
Yeah,
whatever our high
bills.
score number something.
No, it wasn't
No?
high score number 3.
Oh, it was just one of the champs.
Yeah,
Okay.
or hyperspace. So I had a really good hyperspace. Let's see.
It is 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
You got time for one more game?
Oh, I was Han champion with 3.1. That's what it was. Because nobody plays Han here.
Yeah,
I
no.
know tomorrow's a work day as well. I don't want to keep anybody here longer than necessary.
Go one more.
I was gonna say Pez is my ride, so like.
Yeah, you
I
go
had to
one.
say
You
more.
go one more, and then we'll decide where we're at after that.
Okay.
No,
And-
I'm gonna go change your Looney Tunes.
Looney Tunes plays great. The Magna thing is a relatively recent difference. Darkstar saying Scooby and Venom or Looney and John Wick.
Looney John Wick.
Yeah, I would also go.
Why does that even question?
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Yeah, Looney and John Wick all day. Hollywood, what did I have for supper? I had Jersey Mike's actually for dinner tonight.
I made burgers and they were delicious. Let's get a few before. Oh boy, this is going to be a very quick one here. It seems like. Goodness. Game just does not want to cooperate.
Hollywood wants to know what sub combo. So I had the Italian. So what is that, the 13? And then I get my kiddo's the one who loves Jersey Mike's. And she just gets a turkey and provolone without the provolone. So it's a turkey sandwich.
All right. All right, it's just not hitting anything here. This is wonderful.
Uh-oh. Careful, everyone. Pez is moving glass here.
Oh no! Nope. Okay.
All right. Banana peppers on their subs are fire. I just do jalapenos. I haven't done the banana peppers. Nor have I actually tried their spicy hot like sweet sauce that they have. So Hollywood says that they love banana peppers. There is a type of sandwich spread in Chicago called jardinera. And spicy jardinera, for me, kind of brings me back to Chicago immediately.
All right, that goes away. That's cool.
Ooh, Darkstar had tuna steak. God, that sounds amazing. Hollywood wanting to know, what is a tuna steak? So tuna steak is when you get a hunk of tuna and cook it like it's a steak, where you just, I think most people probably kind of flash heat it up on both sides, and the middle is often still raw, assuming you got a cut that was okay to eat raw. Seared, that was the term I'm looking for. Okay, Ferret Fawcett, by the way, welcome. Pointing out that Jersey Mike's pepper relish is yummy. I will give that a try next time. Hollywood asking, is that your favorite way to eat tuna? My favorite way is just raw. Good sushi or straight up sashimi or something like that. That's my favorite way to eat tuna.
Oh no!
Oh, that was rough.
That was a very quick game too.
Wow, that was a quick game.
That was a very. I spent my first 2 balls just not really doing anything. Yeah.
Has this thrown down on Looney Tunes right now?
Yeah, he really is. He's just gone.
Throw one more, and if he's done, if he's like, no, we gotta get out of here, then he'll be in the stream.
It's all good.
Yeah. Star Wars, gonna Star Wars.
It really
George,
is.
when are you getting an Elton? Seems that's missing there. Squalido. I would love an Elton. My problem is I'm everything I'm picking up now is with the thought that I want to start running competitions out of the garage here. And Elton doesn't fit that as of right now. So, despite the fact that I actually really like Elton and I'd love to have it here, it's not on the list for all the games I'm picking up in mid-August. That said, I do have some amazing games lined up for mid-August that I'm very excited about.
Oh, that came back. Okay, now when I'm aiming for it, I'm not going to hit it. That's just wonderful.
Let's see here. Darkstar, did you have to adjust Star Wars a lot out of box? I heard the right scoop needs to typically be adjusted. This is a rental, Darkstar, so I haven't had to do anything to this version of the game. Honestly, it's been perfect. And the Pro, I think, is a much more reliable game than the Premium. Let's see, I had homemade barbecue and baked beans and slaw with hush puppies. Man, that sounds amazing. Would you go Pro on Bond?
Yeah.
Yes. Now, is this a world where we don't have to worry about money? Because if that was the case, I would say I'd probably go LE. I think that's the prettiest version. I do like that blue. But if we're talking about a game that may actually end up in the panic room here, it would definitely be Pro. And it sounds like both of you guys are in agreement, the Pro?
Yeah.
The Pro is fine.
Pro is fine.
I would like to get a premium for an LE.
Yeah.
Preferably, but I would be fine with it.
Yeah, it works.
Try to tilt pinball, rating the stream with 6 beautiful individuals. Try to tilt, thank you. And if you're just coming over here, this is our last game of Star Wars. We've got, oh, and we're gonna level up, of course. We've got 2 fantastic special guests over here. We've got MetaKnightman and we've got PezJohnson. I'm gonna have to shout out PezJohnson again.
Okay. Everybody's just gonna go out of the pool.
Y'all, make sure that you're following PezJohnson.
Thank you.
Pro Bond holds its value more. Yep. Pro Bond is just it's a great game, and it's one I've definitely thought about bringing in.
That's what I get for
Because
trying
it's the multiplier mechanic and the when do you activate. I think it makes it kind of fun to watch. Once again, in a competition setting. If you're going progression and you have to make it through all 33 modes, I feel like that is actually comparable to Lord of the Rings.
See? To the left, all the way. And then you have fun trying to traverse things.
Nicely done. 3x on the multiplier. 44 mil.
Perfect.
Try to tilt.
Almost
How the heck was your stream?
Yeah.
Your raid upgraded us to level 3 here for the night. Having fun playing on some Star Wars.
Found my multiplier. Or my data ball, I mean.
Crate works.
Nice, good save
Oh, I didn't
there.
realize I had the...
Oh, and there we go. So we Try to Tilt was just playing some Bond. And I don't know what that word is. Was a lot of fungina. Okay.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's what that was meant.
I don't want any more. I just... Oh, okay. Hyperspace is done, so never mind.
There's a lot of fun
Ah, it was an Austin Powers joke. Got it. You know, it was so funny. I did not get into Austin Powers. I know it was a really big thing. There's several of them.
I'm sorry.
You what? Oh, you're done. You're done, right? Yeah.
Not into Austin Powers, I'm out. No. I was into Austin Powers big when it came out. I don't think I've watched the movies in 20 years.
Yeah. Yeah, even thinking back, like, I just struggled to find the humor in Austin Powers.
Really? Okay.
I really did.
Which again, not being of a family that talks a lot about farting and stuff like that.
Sure.
I really enjoyed Austin Powers for the spy spoofing, I think, is really what it was.
See, I never got into spy stuff. Like, 007 does nothing for me. But the first 007 I ever watched was probably Pierce Brosnan, and I only saw the first one, and we went to the theater. And I thought it was a little hokey, and that was coming from like a 10-year-old.
GoldenEye.
Well, that's the whole point of Bond, though.
But no, but that's exactly it.
No, not hokey. No,
Yes.
Debonair and Suave.
Suave, okay, got it.
And
Come on.
do you like mob-related stuff?
So I grew up. I grew up very Italian and Sicilian.
Okay.
So when I've seen all of the movies and I find them they hit on a very different note.
Okay.
Let's say. But I've seen Casino probably a dozen times.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Goodfellas. I've actually never seen Godfather, any of the Godfathers.
I've only seen the first Godfather. I do not care for the Godfather.
Okay.
It insists upon itself, which is a Family Guy joke, but I'm not. I like spy stuff. I don't like mob stuff.
Okay, I get that. I'm actually not a huge fan of either.
Okay. I was just wondering. I thought maybe you would.
It's like one or the other. You either like spy or you like mob.
MetaKnightman?
Really badly. 800.
No. You know, I've lost tournaments with more than that.
I mean, I've lost games, yeah, with like 1.2, 1.5 before too, but yeah. So.
Yeah, just watched the first two nights ago, but been at least 10 years for me. I remember Austin Powers was like in the forefront for a very long time because the three of the movies came around pretty quickly.
Yeah,
Right.
I did those three.
And then I think the appeal of Mike Myers fell off at that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that.
No.
For me, it was always the fun puns. Like I love So I Married an Axe Murder, and there's moments in. It's such a good movie, and there are moments in Austin Powers where it's like, he'll never be the head of a company. Like I dig that like obscene, just kind of it's puns, but nobody enjoys it. But at the same time, we all kind of enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't make Austin Powers work. But it makes sense. I wasn't ever connecting. In fact, I still don't connect Austin Powers with a spy movie because it doesn't seem like it's about a spy at all.
Oh, okay.
He's just being one.
I would love
Silly.
to point out that the camera is focused on Grand Prix and not on MetaKnightman.
That's okay.
MetaKnightman is out of focus.
It's the most important game. Yeah.
It is. It's
This is the most important game.
In fact, I'm gonna flip it over to this. Let's go, widescreen here.
There you go.
So Pez Meta dropped off and set up Grand Prix. I'm excited. That is the newest addition here to the Panic Room.
Needs to be leveled.
It needs to be leveled. Yep.
Looney Tunes crate works now.
Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Although I was surprised that your one scoop doesn't shoot around the orbit.
Does yours consistently?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
6.2.
I don't know what that means.
The pitch.
Oh, because you're at 6.2.
But you could turn up that coil. That
So-
was easy.
We turned it up once.
Oh.
Now, if that consistently shot out hard and fast,
Which it does on mine.
that is one of my biggest issues with Looney Tunes. And I've played it a bunch on location, and almost all of them fail, and they all come back down the left orbit.
Okay. Huh. I don't know if it's the pitch, but mine does. So maybe check the kicker on it.
Grand Prix is better than Stars. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, try to
It's
tell.
much better.
Grand Prix is such a good game.
It's so good.
Yeah. And really, you can tell that was the end of the EM era
Right.
for Williams. They got to a point where they got as much as they could cram in. It's a heavy game
Yes.
because of how many things are in there.
Okay.
But the whole double bonus thing, the alternating deal, the countdown of the bonus, the way the bonus comes down, and everything like that. They topped out at EMs, and they made a really great game on that one.
So it's technically an EM, but it kind of plays like an early solid state.
Kind of. Yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, as much as it can be. I will equate that statement in reverse, though. There's a few solid state games that play like EMs.
Because
they shoehorned the computer into an EM game. World Cup feels that way from Williams. Hot Tip, which was their first solid state game, which they made some EM versions of it, is very EM feel.
Right. There's quite a few of those that were like EM, and then they also did a solid state.
Yeah.
It seems like those ones in general. So where is Stars and like Globetrotters?
I think Globetrotters being 78 is 2 years removed from EMs.
Okay.
I think that's a good early solid state.
Okay, got it.
Stars is very close to EM, except for the spinner count.
Okay.
Because they started making, like, when you get the stars and that increases that right-hand spinner,
Sure.
you couldn't do that on EM.
Oh, interesting.
You could light a spinner,
But you couldn't progressively increase its value.
and you couldn't. It was very difficult to make it where if the spinner is spinning and you hit another star, it will increase it. Meteor is the other one that does that very well.
Oh, wow.
Is
So
that
kind of a
as-
race condition.
Yeah, as you hit Meteor's right spinner, a lot of times it runs into a target. It almost immediately counts that as increasing that spinner. So you don't have to wait for the thing. Some of those early solid state games don't have that programming in them.
Okay. Got it.
Yeah.
Try to tilt saying if we knew if there were a few
Yeah,
solid state
there's
Grand
five.
Prix. Really?
Sorry, there's 5 Grand
There
Prix
was
solid states?
No, there was 5 Grand Prix solid states that weren't like sold. It was just and it's considered System 1. where the first solid state games from Williams were System 3, is what they called them. And it
Ah,
was
so
because
it's a
they
beta.
were like prototyping
Got
and
it.
stuff like that. So.
Okay.
Okay.
That's really cool.
Well, thank you both once again for,
Thank you for having
all of the
us.
hard work and for coming over.
Yeah, well, thanks for
Appreciate
having
it.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a lot of fun.
And I'm not sure when the next time will be, but we'll have to have you guys back out
Cool. Definitely.
at some point. And y'all, we will be back on tomorrow for our standard Monday, Tuesday, Thursday programming.
Yay.
Hopefully get some games on Grand Prix this week. Stars on Tuesday, if all goes well. I have the board, so there should be a fun little like mini tourney on Saturday or on Tuesday that I'm excited about.
Okay.
You guys, thank you again, and we'll see you around next time. 0.002% of people struggle to find companionship because of their choice in unpopular hobbies. These same people may find it difficult to be happy or enjoy themselves when alone. Because being good at something requires effort. Or they may rely on social lubricants in public situations to feel a level of normalcy. Or may give up entirely. But now, there is TPN, a non-FDA approved network of affiliated streamers who work together to bring a niche hobby better than mediocre content. Gone are the days of celebrating one's ephemeral and worthless accomplishments alone. Together, we can celebrate them together. Online, in a public forum, on the internet. Don't call your doctor if you think TPN is right for you. Call Zach's